Hello, it's me, Steve Miller, and it's the Daily Miller on Saturday. Is it the 15th of March? I think so, just checking. Yeah, it's the 15th of March. I wanted to do a video on this because it's very concerning, and it's around the issue of freedom of expression, opinion, speech, and so forth. And this topic is in the news all the time, but this particular case is really quite fascinating. And I've had a bit of a dig into it, and I'm going to outline what the case is, but also give some of my opinion on it. And you can obviously let me know what you think down below. Also, do subscribe and follow, and all of that palaver that they tell you at the beginning of videos. Anyway, I'm gonna sort of go through some of the article that the Daily Mail have published, and it's concerning a gentleman, Ben, who works for Waitrose in Oxfordshire. Now, he's been there for 25 years. So this is a very committed employee. He's gone through the ranks, does very well as far as I can see, blah, blah, blah. The issue has come about, though, that his employer have concerns about his tweets or X's or whatever they're called these days. So what I decided to do, because I'm passionate about free speech, is I had a look at his account. I do follow him, actually. I followed him for a while. He follows me too. So I've had a look at it, and I am going to be reasonable and fair in terms of what I think and my summary about it. Now, let me give you some examples of the tweets that he's put out there. I'll give you a couple of examples. So one is a cartoon that he put out, which is joking, a joke one of a child failing sex education for not being able to name 100 different genders. Now, some people may take offense at that. I personally do not take offense at that. And I think there are comedians, for example, out there that would possibly use that as a joke as well in terms of how society has become. So, to me, I just don't think that breaks any law. It's a joke. It's a cartoon, and so forth. Now, looking through his tweets, I don't find anything that is all this far right stuff, white supremacy, and no evidence. I have seen nothing of that whatsoever. Now, if you have, then of course, fine, share it away. But I haven't. Let's have a look at another tweet that he put out, just as an example. So he put this tweet out: raise your hand if you want a national inquiry into the grooming gang scandal. What's wrong with that? That is a tweet that Elon Musk actually retweeted, which helped Ben obviously get lots of followers, thousands of followers as well. So this is again, and the key with this is it's a question. He's not actually stating it. He's entitled to state it, but it's a question. I just don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Another tweet which could arguably some people could take offense at it. I don't. I don't think he raises a point. I'll explain it now. Is a tweet where a horse is standing beside an obese woman, and it's stating, run away as fast as you can, old boy, about the horse. Well, if you look into what's the word I'm looking for? The recreational activity of horse riding, you will find that actually being too obese on horseback is pretty cruel to a horse. So there you go with that one. Now, many of his tweets, like I said, are questions. I've seen nothing at all that is this, far righty stuff, which would raise concern. I can understand that. But I also have some questions here, you see, in my head. Ben is a conservative. He's entitled to be a conservative. Number one, if he is fired from his job, does that mean that Waitrose have issues with customers that are conservative? Don't know. But it's a question that could be asked, isn't it? If, and it is a big if at the moment, if he loses his job. Secondly, if these tweets were left-wing tweets, right, to which people are entitled to put out there, would he be receiving the same treatment from his employer? And I have to say, I don't think he would, because that kind of is the politically correct way, isn't it? So that's my second point. Third point is free speech becoming knackered now in terms of employment? If it is, I think we're in a bad place. His lawyer says something which is very interesting here. And I'll read this statement from his lawyer. Employees like Ben have rights under the Equality Act and Article 10 to manifest lawful beliefs, which is what he's doing as far as I can see, and engage in robust debate about political matters. So having looked at it and having looked at the tweets, having read the articles, personally, I don't think he should even be disciplined unless I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, then please do tell me. We all have to remember the great thing about the UK is that we have the right to speak. We have the right to give an opinion. You won't like some people's opinions. You might not like some people's jokes. I get that. But a lot of other people will. So what we can't do is go down this road of having you're only allowed to speak like this and say these things, because that is not only is it dangerous and all of that sort of thing, it's bloody boring as well. So I say no to sacking Ben. I say no to disciplining him. And what I do know from the article is this has left him in a bit of a bad place with suicidal thoughts and depression. I'm kind of, I can understand that. It's his livelihood. So, and he's also had death threat as well. That's being traced, and that will be traced, I'm sure, by the police now. So what do you think anyway? Do you think I've got a point, or do you think, otherwise? Do let me know down below on that one. And on that note, speak to you soon. Bye for now.